The landmark Constitutional Court ruling on the Registration of Births and Death Act has been widely welcomed. The ConCourt found that part of the act prohibiting unmarried fathers to register their babies under their names is unconstitutional. Now, this means that unmarried fathers can now register babies at home affairs without the mother's involvement. For more reaction on this ruling, I'm joined by Craig Wilkinson, who is the founder and CEO of Father of a Nation. Craig, thank you very much for joining us. So perhaps maybe let's start with your reaction to this ruling.
Thank you so much for having me on. I think anything that favors children is a great thing. And anything that enables us as a country to give children all the rights and all the privileges and everything that they need and deserve is fantastic. And I think both boys and girls need both moms and dads. And I think the more our law enables that and equips that, the better off we are as a country, as a nation.
With the work that you do, how do you perceive that this judgment is actually going to help?
Well, I think what happens is traditionally in the courts, and it's been changing for some time now, is dads have been disadvantaged. And as I said earlier, fathers need to have their place in society, as do moms. Moms and dads equally important in the lives of the children. And I think what this does is sends a very clear message that fathers are very, very important. Fathers shouldn't be marginalized and left out. We have one of the most fatherlessness nations in the world. And I think the more we can do as a society and as a nation through our courts and our social systems to promote the role of a father as equal to the role of a mother, the better children in this nation will be off.
You speak of promoting the role of each parent being equally important, and it's about the child, right? So the child should win in this instance. In the case where a father is absent, or a mother for that matter, that either one is absent, but because now of this judgment, they then find themselves having some sort of power and abusing that. What sort of interventions or what sort of ways can we have in terms of trying to discourage that?
Well, look, I mean, I think we should discourage that at every single level, at a societal level, at a cultural level, at a faith-based level, and at a legal level. Any parent, whether it's a father or a mother, male or female, who makes use of their children to win a battle against the other parent, it's absolutely despicable. And I think as a society, we need to not tolerate that in any way. And with the legal system too, we need to do whatever we possibly can to promote the rights of a father and a mother equally, to look after the child and to prevent any form of abuse by male or female parents. Often children are used as a kind of a bargaining tool or a way of putting pressure, parental alienation they call it, alienating either a father or a mother by the father or the other parent. And it's something we should avoid at all costs, because the only victim in that is the innocent child.
Absolutely. So just to give a bit of context, of course, this came about as a result of a couple, the child of a woman from the Democratic Republic of Congo and a South African man. He was left in limbo after, being born. And this case dates back to 2016 when they took the Department of Home Affairs to court on this matter. But Craig, I'm curious to find out what then, this means in terms of actually building healthy families, right? It's unfortunate that most of the times we have to turn to the courts because we're not able to be adults in making sure that we give the best to this little child who has an entire future ahead of them.
Yeah. You're 100% right. And I think, the courts can only do so much. The courts can implement the law. I love what someone said many years ago. He said, to the extent that a society has values, law is not necessary. But to the extent that a society does not have values, law is unenforceable. And so you're 100% right. You've hit the nail on the head. It's the underlying value system that we as a society hold. We need to value moms. We need to value fathers. We need to value the nuclear family. And the more we do that as a society and as a culture, we come from a very broken background in history, many broken families, migrant labor. So we have a history to heal. And we need to heal that. And we need to throw not just the law at it, because, as you know, courts can be misused, vexatious litigation. There are all sorts of ways that people can misuse the law. And the law can really only enforce what's on the law books. But the spirit behind the law and the culture of the nation and our values as South Africans plays a massive role. And I think at every type of level of society, from a government messaging, social media, we need to promote the message that moms are so valuable, fathers are so valuable. The most important person in this thing is not about the parents, it's about the child. And how do we as a society rally around that and promote the family? The law is just one aspect of that.
We build healthier families, we build healthier communities. I neglected to ask the work that Father a Nation actually does. So for somebody watching this and is not able to access their child, mother or father, how are they able to get help from you?
Thanks for the question. What we do as Father Nation is we focus on men. Our belief is that if we can heal men and restore men to be good fathers, mentors, good men, we can heal the world. And so we focus a lot on helping and equipping men to be good men. Men who use their strength for good, who are not passive, who don't stand idly by when evil happens, who are never aggressive, never abuse their strength, but men who use their strength for good, to build families, to build society, to be of service to their communities, families, and nations. And that's the work we focus on. South Africa, most households have a mom present. Whether it's a grandmother, whether it's an auntie, an older sister, so many, up to 70% don't have fathers, and we need to restore that.
We need to restore that as a matter of urgency. Craig Wilkinson, a great pleasure being in conversation with you this afternoon. He's the founder and CEO of Father a Nation.